Hello, everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is the show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And happy Wednesday, you guys. Welcome to the show. Thank you all for joining us. On the show today, we are talking about, of course, the newest, the latest, the greatest, the teaser for Thor Love and Thunder.
We're also going to be talking about Jason Momoa being in a Minecraft movie.
And Zack Snyder dropped some first looks for his next upcoming film, Rebel Moon. All this and more on today's show, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I see you guys popping in the chat. I see MK, Ryan, Debbie, RMD, and Roy from Oklahoma.
Everybody.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Since you're here, we just want to let you know that we do have a new video that's on the channel, and that is, of course, our Moon Knight
reaction.
Yes, thank you. I was like, it's not a review. It is a review.
It's
sort
reaction
of.
and review.
Yeah, the review is at the end of it. So that is up if you would like to go ahead and take a look. Obviously, watch it after you've seen the, the whole episode on its own Disney Plus, because we only, do segments of the reactions. We don't do the whole show because it's not really a watch along, and also spoilers. So
lots of spoilers.
Yes, and we will definitely be talking about more Moon Knight this Saturday, but it's not going to be just the two of us.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be having some guests joining us.
We got to do a collab, and, us and our guests, we've been texting back and forth, been planning this for a little while, and finally the stars have aligned, the schedules have aligned, and I don't think I really put it on our Discord who it's going to be, but I think a lot of you guys have already figured it out. It's previewed. It's going to be Adam and Jay from Previewed, so we're so excited. At its normal time, 2 p.m. PT / 5 p.m. ET if you're on the East Coast. So super excited. We're just gonna, geek out over. It's probably gonna be really random and fun and funny, because those guys are funny.
Oh my gosh, I love
funny.
Watching the reactions and the reviews
Yes.
to all of the DC and Marvel. And also, I loved watching the reaction to the Book of Boba Fett, those 2 episodes, and that one episode with Luke.
Yes.
And they had the exact same reaction that I did.
Yes.
I didn't know this was going to hit me so hard. I wanted to see this.
Gosh, was it Adam or was it Jay that cried?
A little bit of both, I think. A little bit of both. And
Yeah.
I was right there with them. These guys are awesome. They're really cool. Wendy got to play some Super Mario Party.
We might do another game tonight, me and you.
Yeah.
Because I want to get more stickers. So there's a specific little sticker that says the little ding ding sticker. I want the ding ding sticker.
The ding ding sticker.
They were able to pop it up last night during the game, and I wasn't, because it's only my second time playing. How I won, I have no idea. Part of me thinks they're just being really respectful and nice because they had a guest. Because, they weren't really coming after me, when it came to stealing points. And then I was also, kind of trying to be nice, because I was like, oh, I'm a guest. I don't want to be, when you play with your friends, you're like, yeah, well, screw you. Well, yeah, screw you. And you kind of go back and forth, for these guys. So I would, pick random, because I was like, well, I can't pick. But then I kept on going to Joanne, I kept on stealing her coins, and she had nothing. And I was like, no, not me doing this to another woman.
And you're like,
Yeah.
Because what is it? I was at work on that day, so unfortunately I wasn't able to join. But when I text Wendy, when she just started, she's like, yeah, I'm getting my butt kicked.
I really
And then by the end, she wins by the roll of a dice.
It was a tie between me and Jay, and you could not plan that. I didn't even know there was a tiebreaker, and it was decided by a dice roll. So we rolled. I told him to count 1, 2, 3. I think I hit my trigger a little bit early, because we didn't establish if it was going to be 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3 go,
or 1, 2 go.
Right. So so I rolled a 9. He rolled, I think, a 6 or something like that. It was just really
No, he rolled a 2. You got a 9.
Oh. What did I say?
Oh, it was. I just remember his was really low and yours was really high.
Oh, I remember I rolled a 9. I thought he wrote it, but yeah. So that's how it happened. And I mean, honestly though, if we were going by mini games alone, Adam and Jay should have won that game, because they were beasts. There's one. That's an old one from the GameCube days. That's a mini game, because I remember that one, and I didn't realize you could make it go that fast. So I was like, da, 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 da. So my little Waluigi was like, da, 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 da. And then Jay went after me. He goes, yeah, you ready to see this? Woo!
Woo!
I lost it. I thought that was so funny. So funny. So yeah, that was a fun time. I would love to do it with them again whenever they'll have me back. And yeah, so you guys make sure you tune in to the Movie Couple channel on Saturday at 2 p.m. PT / 5 p.m. ET. 5 p.m. ET. Jay and Adam will be joining us. So before we get into anything else, what are you drinking today?
We are drinking some Liquid IV. We got some free samples from the company Liquid IV, and we use them. I use them just about every single day. I love it.
I heard about it during the pandemic. How I didn't hear about this, I don't know. But these are little packets or like hydration multipliers we talked about on the last stream. And a couple of you guys were interested. And actually, a couple of you guys bought it. So thank you guys for that because it is an affiliate code. Basically, we get a little bit of money out of there. But the code I should probably put up gives you 25% off and free shipping. So the code is just our name, The Movie Couple. But we have Liquid IV sent over a bunch of different flavors for us to try. Today we are trying tangerine, and what do you have there?
I actually got the tangerine one because
then maybe I have the acai berry.
It is an immune boosting one, and with the way that some of my family members were coughing and sneezing a lot during Easter, I'm kind of like, it's time to up that vitamin C. It's time to up that immunity booster.
Put this in your water immediately. No, so that's what's really cool about Liquid IV is it is a hydration multiplier. I personally am not good at drinking water. Oftentimes,
gotta make it tasty.
At Disney, I am, and I'm not hangry because I know I just ate, but I'm feeling a certain way, and then I realize I haven't drank water. I would drink soda and coffee.
Doesn't help hydrate you.
It's also like not the healthiest choices. So with this, it makes it drinking water a little because it makes it tastier, like you said. It's not sugary sweet, and you can just throw a couple of these little sticks into your park bag, and and this helps you stay hydrated. It is all vegan, non-GMO, all that good stuff. The flavor acai berry is delicious. So far, what would you say out of all the ones we've tried? We've tried strawberry, watermelon, acai berry.
I really liked the passion fruit.
Passion fruit's good.
The passion fruit's good.
Yeah. I tried
so it's always good just to have
watermelon.
A couple.
I think it's my favorite one too.
A couple, so just having a couple of these, especially if you're going to like a concert. I remember when we were talking about it on Saturday, there was someone in the chat that said, oh my gosh, this saved my butt when I went to Coachella. So it's always good to have one of those. And if you want to try it, you've never tried it before, now is a good time to use the promo code and get it all test it out. Try a couple and see how you like it.
Plus free shipping, guys. Free shipping.
25% off.
There you go. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can't wait. The channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Win-win-win.
And I can't wait to get more flavors once we're done. We've been using this so much. We really love it, and I can't believe how many people literally were telling me like, oh, this saved my butt at this and this and that, and like a lot of my friends who are very athletic and they do a lot of those like Trojan Ironman things. They're like, oh yeah, haven't you heard about it? I'm like, I mean, I know it now. I wish I'd known earlier in my years, but in any
we heard about it first, from word of mouth. So check it out. It's really good. And RMD Collective is saying he's buying some right now. Buying it now. Thank you.
Yay,
thank you so
RMD,
much. Thank you for supporting the channel.
Golden cherry, the flavor is also really good if you like cherries. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into this little first piece of news, and that is actually not something that's in our lineup. Debbie just dropped it into our Discord, so we're going to go ahead and check that out here. Nia DaCosta is looking like, according to Variety, she is going to be directing the film adaptation of Ta-Nehisi Coates' The Water Dancer. Ooh, okay. So the film is being backed by MGM, produced by Masio Lin, I think, and Brad Pitt's production company Plan B, and Oprah's Harpo Films. So we remember Nia DaCosta directed the latest Candyman, which I remember the date had shifted a little bit because of the pandemic, but also like what movie hadn't shifted back then. So now she is going to work on this film, and this is a surrealist story that unfolds in the pre-Civil War South. It follows Hiram Walker, born into slavery, who lost his mother as a child and over time loses all memories of her. Wow. And later on, he almost drowns when he crashes a carriage into a river, but he is saved by a mysterious power he never realized he had and struggles to understand.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That sounds really interesting. I don't believe I knew of, like, Water Dancer prior to literally reading that just now. I'm trying to like jog my memory of, but I don't think so. But that's a really cool piece of news. Thank you so much to Debbie for putting that in the Discord. Yes. Travis Earl says, Candyman was so good. Hyped to see what she does next. Absolutely. MK says, Nia DaCosta's first film, Little Woods, is worth a watch too. Stars Lily James, God love her, and Tessa Thompson.
When it's like, sold.
Say no more. Two very, very talented actresses that I love to watch on screen. Let's see. And Ricardo chiming in here about Ta-Nehisi Coates is a very accomplished writer. His Black Panther run was good, and his Captain America run was entertaining, absolutely. I think he was also the one in talks for the Black Superman movie.
Oh.
I think, and I don't remember which one. I think it's the one that JJ's working on versus the one that, remember how we talked about this, feels like a year ago. Michael B. Jordan was planning on something like that too, and I was like, but is he gonna be Superman? Because I'll watch.
Michael B. Jordan, I think, would be a really good Black Superman.
They gotta sew the suit onto him.
Because he's already so ripped.
Big from
Creed?
Yeah, from the things that we saw. Or like if they cast Jonathan Majors.
He would actually be pretty good too, because he actually does have a good, like, calm, cool, collective kind of persona when he was in
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft, when he had those moments of just being calm, cool, and collective, but then you could see him playing
He can be in the MCU and the DCU.
He can be anything.
So can Michael B. Jordan, technically, because he's also in the MCU.
Very true, very true.
As the Human Torch and as Killmonger.
Oh, yeah.
The multiverse.
Oh, jeez. You beat me to it.
Man, yeah. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to another piece of news, and that is... Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Something very near and dear to my heart.
Oh my god.
I love Thor. I'm so excited to see this new rendition of Thor, to see him coming to grips with the new him. And I love the shots that we got in this movie. It got every fiber of my being was hyped for every single clip in this trailer, where we got to see him. He's like, these hands that were made for battle and war are now gentle devices of, that's not what he says, but gentle things of peace.
Yes.
And I'm like, Thor is going to be going soul searching and finding the new him, and he's working out with the chains. With
the hat, that's a trucker hat that says strongest Avenger. Thank you to somebody who pointed that out to me, because they were like, did you see what his trucker hat said? And I was like, yeah, I should probably go back and read that. So I went through many screenshots trying to read, because I could tell it was Avengers, but I couldn't tell what the word was.
The top one.
Yeah, and it like, I mean, I could be wrong still, but it read to me like strongest Avenger, which is something I feel like Thor would wear anyways.
Yeah.
So we love the trailer. We've been waiting a long time. I think all of you guys too have been waiting a long time for the teaser. Like, when is it coming out? Nobody knew, and everybody started to assume for a while that, oh, maybe there is some connection with Doctor Strange, so they can't really drop it until after Doctor Strange comes out in theaters. But they gave us the teaser, and I still do wonder if there's going to be some sort of a connection or not. But you guys, the images look awesome. I only pulled 2 graphics here, but we have this one, Thor. He's got it's still kind of the same outfit, but there's fur now there.
And also his chest plate actually looks a little bit more like Greek or Spartan kind of that look, because it has kind of like that formed leather, but it's more metallic. I love that look, and the fur is just nice and like intimidating.
Yeah.
Kind of looks a little bit like, well, the fur at least looks very what is the word I'm looking for? Not Viking, but like Northman-ish?
Like Norse, yeah.
Norse.
The Norse mythology.
That was the word I was looking for.
Speaking of which, we just saw the Northman, so we're going to be filming a review today after the stream, so that the non-spoiler will go up for the Northman. Not at all connected to, well, I mean, it is Norse mythology, but it's Robert Eggers and not Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll be having that go up in the next couple of days. And we also got, at the end of the trailer, of course, they put it on there as the button. We knew this was coming. I was just wondering if they would show it. Naturally, they did. Lady Thor.
Or buff Natalie Portman.
Look at her arm, y'all.
Yeah.
Look at her arm.
I mean, she just looks amazing. Look how incredibly, awesomely intimidating she looks with the hair flowing down. It has like that nice waviness to it. The helmet looks awesome.
The helmet looks great on her.
And those arm bracers that she has, the gauntlets, or
they look sick.
Oh, I am so excited to see this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping that we get a little bit more of the storyline behind Jane, what's going because in the comic books she's going through cancer when this happens.
Yes.
So I'm wondering if they're going to bring that in, or if they're just going to kind of jump into it, or if this is somehow connected to the multiverse.
Yeah, we're not sure. Actually, on the Super Mario Party stream yesterday on Jay's Twitch channel with Previewed and Joanne, they were actually, all three of them are thinking that it's going to be Jane Foster of this Earth, as opposed to a multiverse Jane.
Oh.
Which would be interesting. And the hint they're thinking is that they're thinking because the hammer, not the hammer, but the Mjolnir is reforged.
Yes.
And basically that hints to the aftermath of what Hela did to it, basically destroying it, and it's reforged. I mean, I feel like it can really go one way or another. We don't know, and that's what's kind of so exciting and cool about what we're going to get to see in Doctor Strange 2, and then potentially in Thor Love and Thunder. I want to go to you guys' comments in for a second.
Oh yeah, there's one comment in there that I really want to talk about, and that is actually Star Drew's hope that they'll show Beta Ray Bill.
Where is it?
It's a little bit higher up. It was one of the first ones that popped up from when we started talking about Thor.
Okay. But there it is. Yeah. Beta Ray Bill, maybe.
Oh, I would love to see Beta Ray Bill show up in this, and Beta Ray Bill's storyline and story arc.
Yeah.
To where he's genetically altered to be the strongest to help protect his people, and I think though in the comics his people were running away from Serta. Mm-hmm. So I think that's right how to pronounce the name, but.
Gorgonzola.
Yeah, me and names, and they his people buffed him up to be able to protect their people. I want to see Beta Ray Bill. I think he's awesome. I think he's a great character. But if they're introducing Lady Thor, and they're also going to be introducing Beta Ray Bill, and they might have a connection to the multiverse, but I'm always hoping. Here's the hoping, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we have a super chat. Let's get to it in 2 seconds. Thank you so much for sending through that super chat. Strictly Starlight says, I hope it's not corny and jokes galore. Yeah, I would like to see there's a balance. We know Taika kind of leans a little bit more into the comedy, but I felt that with Ragnarok, there was a mixture of both.
Yes.
There was a pretty good balance of both, so I hope, since he's helming this film as well, that cohesiveness carries over. I think it's fine to have fun, do a little jokes here and there, especially we saw with Star-Lord saying you just want to look at the love in the eyes, and then you see kind of exactly Thor kind of sliding into his line of sight there. But just like that.
You love me, right?
I want little moments like that, and I think they're funny, but I think we also, want to get into, maybe get into our feels a little bit. So I do agree with what Strictly Starlight is saying here. Now let's go to our super chat. Okay, thank you so much to Vanja. Vanja says, hey! You guys get ready, get your emoji fingers ready, because it was Vanja's birthday yesterday. Please put in some
Happy
confetti, birthday cake, little
This is your birthday
party
song,
horn
kid.
thingy.
Isn't very long.
Woo! Vanja writes, my birthday was yesterday, so give it up, y'all. Big fan of Guns N' Roses, so I love the trailer.
Oh, that
the song choice. The song choice has been good for the Thor trailer. Remember when we got the immigrant song?
Oh, wait, never mind. Don't worry. Shh, you want to get Sid?
Well, they can't do that, but they can demonetize.
So
that would be no good.
No good.
I see some confettis and birthday cakes and presents and all that good stuff, balloons in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for throwing those in there for Vanja. I can't find the freaking birthday cake. Here it is. Here it is. Let me just
birthday
put some
cake. In. See, now that's the problem. Now I want to go and get some cake. Cake. Awesome. Well, congratulations and happy birthday, Vanja.
Congratulations on another year. Okay, so let us move on to the... Whoa. What is happening here?
I don't know. So much
there
stuff.
We go. All right. Let's see what is next on our list of topics here. Oh, I didn't have a graphic for this, so no graphics. So we're just gonna go back to Newsflash. But you guys know that game, Exploding Kittens? It looks like it's a little card game. I haven't played it. We don't own it. I'm surprised that we don't.
I've seen it though.
I'm really surprised we don't own it, considering how many board games we have. I just ordered a new one, and it's a card game as well. It's like a game of sabotage.
Shabobatage.
But it's called Sabotage, which actually has been delivered, but I don't think I'll be able to pick it up until next week, which is fine. But now this game, Exploding Kittens, it's so popular that it's being made into an animated series, and it will star the voice talent, I believe, of Tom Ellis and Lucy Liu, and they're going to be launching a mobile game this next month in May, according to Variety. So, I don't mind when they, and I know sometimes we talk about, like, it's not original. They keep turning these, IPs and existing things into movies. For example, Minecraft, that we're going to talk about later. But Exploding Kittens, I don't know. I'm very, very curious. So it's being co-developed, and it's going to launch via Netflix in May. Let's see.
May of 2023, I believe. Right? Not as, yeah.
The show is 2023. The game is in May.
Yes.
This year.
So they're going to be about a year apart from the app that's coming out for them to play. But the app game is going to be connected.
Yes.
To the animated show that's coming out on Netflix. And I have to admit, choosing to make this an animated film or an animated series is brilliant.
We like that.
Because I love also the synopsis of it, that it's a battle between heaven and hell, and who is it that's coming down from Earth? They're coming down to Earth as fat kittens, as
fat kittens.
Well, as in like cats that are. Hold on a second. I want to read the exact synopsis on this.
She's squirmy, so I'm gonna pick her up.
Oh, she all over the place.
Put her here for a little bit.
So hold on a second. I gotta scroll down a little bit more.
There we go. Oh, wait, hold on, scroll up, because I want to read the other voice talents.
Oh, okay.
So voice talents, aside from Tom Ellis and Lucy Liu, they're also bringing in Abraham Lim from Clickbait and The Boys, Ally Mackey, you know her from Toy Story 4, Mark from What We Do in the Shadows and Better Call Saul, and Shashir Zamata from Woke and Home Economics. So a lot of talented people joining the cast. I think comedies, they're leaning into the comedy here.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to be not just comedy, but I think it's going to be bonkers comedy kind of a thing, to where it is just completely off the rails, and you go to watch this just because of how funny and absurd it is. Because it's the whole idea of God and Satan coming to Earth, but they are in the bodies of like chubby house cats.
Is that the premise?
Yeah. And honestly, doing this as an animated series, knowing what your audience is, or what kind of just the absurdity is, and just running with it, I think is hilarious.
Okay, explain the plot again.
So it's a battle apparently between heaven and hell.
Okay.
And the avatars of like God and Satan are battling out here on Earth, but they are in the form of chubby house cats.
What the heck? That's hilarious. So,
and for those of you that have played the card game,
I want to get it now.
Oh yeah, me too.
Maybe we can go to Target later and get it.
Okay, I'm down.
And just play it.
Because the card game, the whole idea is that you're trying to prevent the cat from exploding.
That's so
and destroying the world.
Oh my gosh.
So it's gonna be this completely absurd, and the fact that they have you're coming over to me,
it's our foster dog.
Yep.
Your lap is more comfortable because you have more of it. My lap space is really tiny in comparison, and neither of our dogs have ever been comfortable. I think Felcor only put up with it because it was Felcor. But she likes me more, and even she's like, yeah, you're bony. These labs aren't made for sitting.
So, but instead of having exploding kittens, we have, squirmy dogs.
We have squirmy dogs. Let's see here.
But I love the fact that they have the guy who plays Lucifer.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have him play the devil version of the cat because
he's so good at it.
He's so good at it.
Yeah.
He is so good at that that cocky, arrogant, but still have that sophistication to him. Yeah. So I can't wait to see how this turns out, and I'm dying to see what the animation style is going to be for this show.
Yeah, absolutely. Debbie's asking... Oh, I lost it. Uh-oh. Oh, anything like the Talking Tom game. I don't know what the Talking Tom game is. So if anyone else has played the Talking Tom game, and you've also played Exploding Kittens, let Debbie know in the chat if it's similar. Ryan says, I played... Oh, no. Okay. I played Exploding Kittens, the card game, and I would love to see an animated series of this. Nice. Ricardo says, one thing is a fresh take on an IP, then there's ideas that are truly bizarre. Yeah, it does sound really bizarre, but we will see. And Debbie says, Tom Ellis is charming. He really, really is charming. I think he's the sole reason that we continue to watch Lucifer.
Yeah.
Because it's him, and we're just like, wait, there's something... He also reminded of us one of our friends, too, so we were just like, okay, we're going to keep watching for a little bit. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic here, which is... Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't want to... We won't stay on this for too long, but I would like to talk about it.
Just bring it up.
Just to bring it up, I'm curious as to you guys' thoughts. So I think it was literally last week. It
hasn't been that long.
Last Wednesday stream, or maybe the Wednesday prior to that.
Maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe. We talked about Ezra Miller, and he was arrested for
disorderly
conduct at a karaoke bar where he became irate when a woman began singing karaoke. And I think I don't know if he was yelling at her or he tried to get the mic away from her.
Yeah, he went up there and grabbed the mic from her.
Which I was like, it's a karaoke bar. Even if she was like performing the song not well or something like that, like that's kind of the charm of karaoke.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be safe space up there for you regardless. At least that's my opinion. I think it takes a lot of courage to go up there and like bust out a song, because there's some
more
people...
courage than I have.
Yeah, there's some people that go up there like it's like they're on The Voice. They're like, "Henday," you're like, all right, no, I can't go. I just DJ scratch my song list. I'm not going up there after that. You know, and then some people just want to go up there and have a good time. Maybe that's what she was doing. We don't know. But he also harassed a man who was like playing darts or something like that.
Yeah.
So he got arrested. This was in Hawaii, and I guess he hadn't left Hawaii. I don't know if he's there for a job or not, but he has been arrested for second-degree assault in Hawaii, which is less than 4 weeks after his first arrest that we just talked about. This happened early Tuesday morning after an incident at a private residence. And the officers have responded to the report of an assault occurred at a get-together at the private estate. And he allegedly became, this is according to Variety, became irate after being asked to leave and threw a chair, and that resulted in striking a 26-year-old woman in the forehead, and that gave her a half-an-inch cut. And she refused treatment for the injury, which... I think when you're in that moment, I think it's easy for us, like, bystanders and to read it afterwards, be like, oh, how could she not? It must have not been bad. It's like, no, you realize you were in shock.
Yeah.
Like, and that honestly, was just thrown at you. Because I've gotten in, like, years ago, in a pretty bad accident. My mom was driving, and it was just, like, somebody ran the yellow. So we got hit. Luckily, it wasn't T-bone, so it could have been way worse. But, you know, all the airbags deployed and, like, got out of the car and everything. I refused treatment. And they're like, are you sure you're in shock? You don't feel anything? And I was like, I just want to go home. I was also much younger, so I, like, didn't know any better. So, yeah, I understand where this woman was coming from, but a half-an-inch cut is still, like, she probably was just like, whoa. Or that it was, like, one of those lighter chairs that you can throw. But, like, what is happening?
I know. It's one of those things that you're kind of like, there must be something going on in his life that's causing him to act out, some external stress, because it's not like, well, he wasn't always the most well-behaved celebrity in the past, too.
I didn't realize that there was any sort of behavioral issues with him in the past at all. Like, and if there was, then maybe it didn't make the news long enough for me to, like, remember seeing it or something like that. But this is a lot of incidences. Your fan just spun on your PC, and that was weird. It just spun by itself. Your PC's off, but it's off.
No, it's actually not off. It's just on, it's not sleep mode.
Okay.
It's just the fact that everything on, like, after, when the screen protector goes on, but then everything just kind of shuts down. So it's
asleep.
It's not sleep. It's not like I put it to sleep, but it's in self. All I have to do is wiggle the mouse and it goes.
Do I need to sage the room?
No, you don't.
Okay,
because it's fine.
I caught the fan and I'm like, okay. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. So yeah,
No, Rob, my computer's not haunted. It's brand new. I spent too much money to have a haunted computer.
Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Ryan says Ezra getting arrested is so disappointing. Stardew says Ezra might be in jail for 5 years, maybe. Well, if they press charges, but I don't believe they're. I think charges were pressed for the previous.
Yeah, and a restraining order was actually.
But then it was like the couple.
Dismissed.
Then there was another couple and they dropped it or something like that. Didn't he also take their like money passport or something weird?
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on. But Debbie says here WB/DC might have to bite the bullet and figure out a way to get rid of him. He needs help. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight. There is something that needs to be, and I don't I don't want to pretend to know people's struggles and how they act, and if they act this way, it means they need help this way. But certainly somebody needs to sort of intervene and be like, I got you, but let's talk about what's going on here. And we all know that he's got the movie coming out. Well, I honestly don't even know when, because it keeps, the dates keep shifting and all this stuff, but...
Yeah, is that Flash movie coming out?
Yeah, so it's like, the press tour is going to happen. And now maybe you can't have him go solo in a junket. You might have to pair him with somebody. Or, like, does the star of the movie doesn't even do the press tour because people are might want to ask. And it's like, the studio's not going to want you to ask about that. They want you to ask about the movie.
Yeah.
But then people want to get scoops. So that presents also a difficult position for WB to be in. So, like... This is going to be really interesting. Wasted Post says the press tour for this movie is going to be so awkward, even if Ezra doesn't participate in it. For example, and this is a very different scenario, but when Rachel Zegler was doing press tour for West Side Story, and then that news came out about Ansel Elgort, like her and the other actors like were questioned about it, and it's like when she signed up and they were making the film, none of these allegations had come to light.
Yeah.
So, and they were like all yelling at her, like, how dare you participate in this movie? She's like, I didn't know.
I didn't find this out until after we wrapped.
When the movie, was like about to come out, and it's, well, when they were, I think they had majority of it shot. So, in any case, we will see what happens. A lot of you guys are saying in the chat that you don't think Ezra Miller will be on the tour. Some of you are even saying that maybe WB just pulled the plug. I hate that, though. I mean, I get it, but I also think about all the hours that everybody else put in the film.
Yeah.
His co-stars, the producers, the IFC workers, guys. Those underpaid workers.
Yeah, the camera crew, the lighting crew, the makeup crew, the costuming, editing.
Colorists.
All of those. All of those people who have nothing to do with Ezra Miller except for the fact that they happen to work the camera on the one movie that he's a part of. But also, I don't know. I mean, right now, everything that Ezra Miller has been in, it seems like to already have been wrapped and ready to go.
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts is done. If I'm not mistaken, The Flash is done filming?
I believe so.
I actually, what?
We could be wrong,
I don't actually know that 100%. I will hold off until we actually get a confirmation on that, but I believe they are either finished or close to being finished. I guess that might be why he's in Hawaii is because they are finishing up.
Maybe they do. He's like, I'm gonna do a little like vacay.
Rob, thank you.
Oh,
I was pretty sure they
finished filming last year.
They finished filming. They've been finished for a while, so it's gonna come to one of those points to where I was pretty sure they weren't gonna do like a Flash 2 movie.
They could with Grant Gustin if they want to. I love his Flash.
They could also, someone had put into the chat that they could just put an end credit scene somewhere in Fantastic Beast and have it be where Ezra Miller just changes faces.
Oh my god!
Or they have that at the very beginning of the next Fantastic
It is the
Beasts.
Wizarding World. So,
yeah.
Yeah. But what they did I can't spoil it, but for what they did for 3, that's gonna be an interesting switch if they go that route. All right. Before we move on to the next topic, thank you so much to Reborn for subscribing. Can you guys throw some popcorn emojis in the chat? For our latest subscriber, thank you so much. Popcorn. And welcome to the Movie Bunch. Speaking of the Movie Bunch, guys, we do have a Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, I'm going to go ahead and drop the invite link in just a second. But before that, we got to talk to you about the rules, because we got some rules.
Oh, yeah. Some very important rules. Pretty much the overarching rule is be nice to each other. Be polite, and just don't be a jerk.
Respect other people's opinions, especially when you don't agree with them. Especially in the ways of, like, we're talking about an opinion on a piece of art, and art is subjective. And that art are movies, TV shows, what we feel about certain characters. If one person liked this, the other person doesn't like it. The movie's still going to exist at the end of the day, and you can still like it or not like it in your individual lives, and just let that be. If I catch anybody being homophobic or racist and just hateful towards anybody for no reason, you are out of there. Really simple rules, guys. Just be a nice human. That's all. It costs you nothing to be free. So if you would like to join our Discord, it is now in the chat for you guys to join. We have different channels. We do have a bunch of spoiler channels. So we want to make sure that you guys, when you go in, you see the spoiler channels, just go ahead and mute the notifications for all of those, because I would hate for people to start typing in, like, the Moon Knight spoiler channel, and you haven't watched it yet because you've been at work and you have, adult life that you have to deal with.
You just all of a sudden get a notification goes, I can't believe everyone died.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, great. There goes that episode spoiled for me.
Yes. CJ Rebirth said, I bought an RPG Turning Red sweater at Box Lunch. I want to go to a Box Lunch store so bad. They have a lot of very cute Turning Red merch. I really, really want. I did get these slippers. I'm going to show you. I did get these slippers at Disney. I did a little adorable. solo half day at Disney just downtown. But they look like these. Little so pandas. We got an angry one. And we have a cutesy one, like when she's looking at Four Town.
Hey, come here. You are going down.
All right.
You are all over the place.
We love Turning Red. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic, and that is the Minecraft. We think it's live action. I actually couldn't find a...
Jason Momoa. Gonna build some blocks. That's a terrible Jason Momoa.
Your voice lower for
Jason Momoa. Yeah, you have to.
So you have to.
My man.
My man.
If you ever get a chance, there is a video clip of Superman. Superman. Who's Superman?
Superman. Henry Cavill.
Thank you. Of Henry Cavill. It's a quick little 30-second clip of him being interviewed, and they were talking about Gal Gadot's being pregnant, and how when she come out, they were like, "Oh, are you surprised?" And he was like, "Well, no, me and Jason kind of guessed that she was pregnant." And he does a really funny short Jason Momoa impression, and I'm like, okay, that was a very good Mamoa impression.
It was Cavill. The way Jason said, yeah.
She's pregnant, yeah.
I think it was on the Graham Norton show, but just do a quick Google and I'm sure you can find it. So let's talk about this Minecraft movie for a hot second there, which is funny because we were literally talking about how, sometimes they pick existing IPs to make, movies or TV shows out of, but Minecraft was not one that I was expecting, much less it being live action. So Jason Momoa, you know him as, he's been in Doom, he's been in Aquaman, 50 million things, Game of Thrones. So he is in final negotiations to star in, here it is, live action Minecraft for WB. And this is going to be helmed by film director Jared Hess, who directed Napoleon Dynamite. You guys didn't know. If you guys didn't know, Minecraft is a very popular video game. So I feel like, naturally they would adapt it, but I was surprised to hear that it would be live action. This game debuted in 2011. Basically, in the game, the players use blocks to create structures and worlds, and it's build, and it's become quite a sensation. I have yet to play it, but I don't really feel like it's something I need to drop everything for. But I love that there's so many people enjoying the game. With that said, Dustin, how do you feel about a Minecraft movie?
Now,
okay.
Here's a little caveat. I haven't played Minecraft.
Yes.
I did not know that there was actually like a story in the game. I don't know if there's like a campaign mode in Minecraft, or if you just have like a free build and you can just build stuff and do stuff. For those who have played Minecraft, please put it down in the chat. Is there actually a story to Minecraft when you play it, or is it just build up your own world? Or if that's just like a mode that you can play.
Ooh, like a campaign versus.
Because I do know that there is a character in there called a creeper. So I do know that there are bad guys and monsters. So maybe there really is a story arc to this that you can develop. I am actually not aware of it. Putting Jason Momoa in there kind of gets me curious, because you hired Jason Momoa to play a certain role. He really does kind of play Jason Momoa. He plays that role very, very well. It's kind of like if you get The Rock, you kind of know what kind of character you're going to get from The Rock.
Yeah.
So I'm curious on if this is going to be like a survival film, if this is going to be him stranded on like a deserted island and he tries to build up certain things, if they're actually going to go with the idea of building blocks. How absurd is this going to be? Are they going to do some CGI to where Jason Momoa looks a little bit more square? I mean, I don't know if you want to hire Jason Momoa and hide those curvy muscles that he has and put him into block form. So I'm really curious on where is it going to go, and I have no idea what they have planned for this.
So it looks like Rob in the chat is saying there is a Minecraft Dungeon, which is a spin-off game series that has a storyline, so they could borrow a little bit from there. But Rob also says you have to build up to being able to fight the end dragon after finding the end portal to travel to fight it. So it's like Game of Thrones all over again for him. Dragons!
Fighting a dragon. But I guess they could kind of do like a like a Squid Game style, to where it's a competition, to where they're trying to compete with other people to build up the best structure or survival base to be able to survive the dragon. And throughout the entire storyline, you see the dragon come in and destroy certain things. Mm-hmm. So you know what the end game entails. And Jason Momoa is just the one that happens to be building.
Yeah.
And because you also can't have Jason Momoa in there by him. I guess you could have him in there by himself. Can a man lead
the movie? Yes, I think he can. But that's literally the entire weight of that movie is on his shoulders. When you were talking about the villain in the Minecraft story, the creeper, it all of a sudden became less of like a kiddie game to me, and it reminded me of like very realistic, like dark, gritty, apocalyptic kind of a world, and you only have your two hands to help you survive, and I don't think that's the route they're gonna go at all. But a couple of you guys putting in some stuff in the chat that I want to call out. So, Confused Taco says, Sonic is doing pretty well, so I'm not surprised. And that's true. But I feel like with Sonic, with...
Detective
Pikachu. Some of these other video games have, like, Uncharted, Tomb Raider. They have, like, a very specific storyline. That's what made me kind of go, Minecraft? Because of...
Yeah.
But that's also due to our... being unfamiliar with the Minecraft, like if there's a story or not. So like I literally didn't know there was a story until you guys put that in the chat. So it's been interesting to read about that. Debbie says, who had live action Minecraft on their movie bingo card?
Not me.
And Ricardo writes, as much as I'm in love with Jason Momoa as an actor, Minecraft live action movie was the last thing on my mind. But this feels like The Rock doing Jumanji films, at least for me, but in all honesty. It's like, that could be fun.
And also Rob is saying, you have a lot... Oh, that moved on me.
Did it move?
You have a lot of threats to survive against while you're working to find the end portal. So I guess if you kind of took a little bit of Squid Game, a little bit of, what is that called? Hunger Game. To where it's a competition with...
Sorry.
A competition game that you're trying to survive.
Yeah.
And I think you'd have to go very absurd with this. And I think it's almost probably... Would you want to make this rated R?
No, because I think a lot of
kids.
I think a lot of kids play like on my TikTok. So one of the Turning Red premiere video on TikTok went viral, right? Mm-hmm. So because of that, like a lot of kids follow me on my TikTok, and I was like, oh, I better watch it. Like how I speak. Not that I don't think my content on TikTok is specific kids friendly, but I'm also not trying to be like R-rated for no reason. But it's not certainly like targeted to kids. But a lot of kids follow, because sometimes I click on their profile and I was like, oh, who followed me? And it's a lot of Minecraft like videos and content on their profile pages. So I'm curious about that. Rob says you have a lot of threats to survive against while you're working to find the end portal. And then Starju says this, which I'm already kind of like noping out of the movie. Starju says, yeah, there's spiders there, Wendy.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I was
like... Are there spiders?
Oh, wait, yeah, there are spiders.
Little blocky spiders?
Little blocky spiders. So I guess they're probably less creepy just because they're blocky. Are you looking it up? You're going to look up...
Am I going to regret this?
Probably not. I mean, everything I think is a little less scary when you put it into block form.
Like, are they cutesy like Lucas?
I would not say they're cute. But I'm going to say that they are less creepy. So you can take a picture. See? See? Yeah. A little
They have 3 eyes and they're red and I don't like it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to get so dramatic about spiders. I don't like them. There was a baby spider in the bathroom with me this morning and it almost won.
To where you're like, fine, you can have the bathroom.
You can have the whole apartment, okay?
We'll just burn down the whole apartment.
You stay, I'll leave. Don't follow me. The Moon says, as an avid Minecrafter, I think they'll take the Lego movie approach where it has little to do with the game.
You know what? That's honestly a really good point, too.
Yeah.
You could be doing that where a whole bunch of different people are... You know what? Maybe if you took Lego movie and mixed it a little bit with Free Guy to where you have an in-the-game story that's going on and an out of the game story that's going on, to where it is like the newest version of Minecraft is being pushed out and all of these weird things that are going on in the game. But you know what? There's a million different directions that they can go.
Yeah.
We only know that they're just talking about it. They haven't technically even officially booked Jason Momoa. He's just in the final talks.
It's weird because the article title says Jason Momoa to star, but if you read the articles, it says final negotiations, which could, sometimes usually when you're in final negotiations, it's really just like fine tuning the deal, and that's really up to like, his team and WB there. But sometimes they could be like, yeah, no, they don't get what they asked for or something like that. And, or the students decide all of a sudden they want to go in another direction. So who knows? But I think it's most likely going to happen.
Yeah. And honestly, I think taking the Lego movie approach is a very logical way to go because you've seen how that does work.
Yeah.
So here's hope. Here's hoping that it turns out good. Honestly, every movie that movies that I'm like, what is this? I hope that when I go to them, I'm like, this is awesome.
Cool.
Exactly when I saw Lego Movie, I was like, oh, really? A Lego Movie? How are they going?
So funny.
This is amazing. I'm always up for being pleasantly surprised.
There you have it. So that's all of our thoughts on the Minecraft movie as we move on to our final topic for today, which is Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. First of all, you guys, feast your eyes on this lovely image. Do I have it? Did I not upload it? Like a dum-dum.
It could be in there.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to do it real quick.
Because, honestly, this is something that I'm really excited about once I started reading the article. Because apparently, Zack Snyder pitched this idea to Lucasfilm to be a standalone Star Wars movie.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Hang on.
Oops, big old picture right there.
I mean, if you want to see Jaimin Hanso, here's Jaimin Hanso.
Jaimin Hanso, he is an intimidating looking guy in this picture.
Look at this dude.
I'm like, yes. But the fact that this is very much inspired to be a Star Wars-esque kind of sci-fi fantasy made the rest of this article just excite me more and more and more. I've been dying for this genre to blow up to blow up, to actually be like, hey, you know what? I like Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars. Let's start making our own Star Wars-esque universe. So the fact that Zack Snyder is taking this on is making me super excited for this film. So I want to know what your guys' thoughts are.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised because when I saw the picture, I was like, ooh, okay, I am liking the vibe. I love that he shared the photo that's in black and white. I think John Hanso is very commanding. His presence is very commanding, looks very intense in the film. Who? Star-Lord, man. So now they're into at least day one of shooting. He shared a couple of behind the scenes photos. I only pulled Jaime Hanso on because I just thought it looked really good. Some of the other ones are production photos of them being on set, which looks pretty cool as well. It's on Zack Snyder's Twitter if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, I had no idea until this film that he pitched a Star Wars film concept to Lucasfilm, and obviously before Disney purchased the company in 2012. So the spin-off, it says here in the article, was conceived as a follow-up to the events of Return of the Jedi, with new Jedi warriors setting out on a dangerous mission, and Zack Snyder later confirmed that he was reworking the premise into an original film. So that concept in itself is really, really cool. Obviously, we know how that didn't turn out because it didn't. So now that film, that concept is being turned into Rebel Moon. This is going to be on Netflix. It's going to be a sci-fi adventure. It looks dark, gritty, at least.
Yes.
Basing that off of, at least, the photo of Jaime Hanso there. And it's going to follow the residents of a peaceful colony at the edge of the galaxy as they struggle against armies sent by a tyrant named Velocirus. I think I'm saying that correctly. And to battle the threat, the colony will send a young woman to gather warriors from neighboring planets to make a stand against the invading force. So I am definitely seeing that Star Wars, like the Imperial First Order and the Rebellion, and like maybe there's Jedi forces in there.
Mix it in there a little bit of like the Magnificent Seven. I think, or Seven Samurai. Let's go with the original source material, which is Seven Samurai. So this sounds so much fun, and there's actually a few episodes of Clone Wars and Rebels, and I think even kind of a version of Star Wars Visions, to where this one lone town or planet is up against a very strong force, and they hire help to be like, come and help us, please fight off these bandits, Imperials, or encroaching army.
Yes.
And the fact that we are now starting to get more and more of these sci-fi fantasies is exciting me very much. Zack Snyder, I think, is really good for this kind of movie, to where you have to have these awesome visual effects, this very dynamic story. So don't get me wrong, there are some things that have been a little hit and miss for me with Zack Snyder's repertoire. However, there are some that just knocked it out of the park.
Army of the Dead, yay.
Army of the Dead was really good. I loved 300.
No, I like 300.
Yeah.
The prequel to Army of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little...
But that wasn't Zack Snyder that did that. I think he might have been executive producer on it.
Let us know in the chat, guys.
But I don't think he actually directed it.
Okay, well then that makes a little bit more sense.
So I'm excited to see what he brings. And I'm hoping that this movie does insanely well, because then we can get a whole new sci-fi fantasy drama original out in the world. And then if that's successful, people are going to be like, let's make some more of these. I mean, honestly, I thought when Pirates of the Caribbean did so well, we would start seeing some more pirate type of movies. I thought when Lord of the Rings did well, we would get more fantasy movies, but that never happened. I am excited to see more sci-fi fantasy movies.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we go to the chat here, I just want to read from the article who else is in this film. So they talked about the a female warrior a female character who's going to go out and gather warriors to fight against this invading force, and that is going to be most likely the character named Cora, played by Sofia Boutella. You've seen her in The Kingsman. You've seen her in The Mummy with Tom Cruise. She, like, her physicality and like athletic ability is amazing. So I imagine this to be like a full-on action role for her. She's a dancer for first and foremost, I think. So I think she'll be able to pick up fight choreography obviously super easily, and she's going to be able to move with cat-like finesse. So obviously Djimon Hounsou is in this movie, as we can see from the film. Also Ray Fisher is in this, and I'm going to mispronounce this name. I'm so sorry in advance. Ingvar Sigurdsson, Charlie Hunnam, Duna Bay, Rupert Friend, and Stuart Martin. That's all they've announced as of now. So that, it's already sounding pretty epic. And on top of him coming out and starting to shoot Rebel Moon, he's also expanding the Army of the Dead universe, which is really cool. And they're doing that with an animated prequel, Army of the Dead Lost Vegas, and then Army of the Dead 2, officially titled Planet of the Dead. So that's going to be added to his like little zombie franchise, which I'm here for because I didn't realize how much I was going to really enjoy Army of the Dead.
Yeah, and I was pleasantly surprised about that movie too. And I like what Ricardo here is saying. Rebel Moon equals Star Wars plus Dune, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
We'll hope it does well. Honestly, I'm hoping...
We just need a Hans Zimmer. Which is a similar sound you guys will hear if you go and see The Northman. And I don't think Hans Zimmer worked on that, but there was some similar like yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. So let me just scroll up a little bit. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, Rolando Martinez Jr. says, my mom had breast cancer surgery back in 2020 of November. After that, she went through 6 months of radiation therapy. After all that, doing checkups and follow-ups, she is at remission.
Woo! Congratulations.
Can we do some little, like, celebration emoji in the chat?
Thank you so much.
Let's do a little celebration emoji. Yes.
And Sarah the Book Nerd, thank you so much for subscribing. I wanted to say that before it disappeared and I wasn't able to read it. Oh yeah, celebration. Let me see. I can put some celebration stuff in there.
Yeah. Very, very good news. Very good news. Oh, Rolando is saying that I would take her to see an upcoming movie, probably like Thor Love and Thunder. I think she'd probably like, especially since she went through a lot. Yeah. Treat her. Give her everything she wants. If she wants ice cream, then give it to her. If she wants McDonald's, give it to her. Whatever she wants. That's amazing. Congratulations. That's really, really great news. Let's see what else here.
I know there it is. That's what I wanted to do. I was like, I couldn't find it anywhere.
Oh, and thank you to MK about who directed the Army of Thieves, and that is Matthias. Oh, God, I don't know how to say his last name, but he is the lockpicker from the Army of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
And that's right.
Hey, when you like working with people, you're like, hey, let's bring them back.
But I love that Zach's like, you know what? Go for it. Like, you know, obviously you can't just be like, oh, I like it, so I'm going to do it without the approval of Zack Snyder when it's his world that he built.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of actors have had really good experience working with Zack Snyder, like on set, creatively and whatnot. He seems to be very open with communicating and exploring, so I think that's really cool. I love that Ray Fisher is in this movie with him. So for the people who have like said like, oh, we didn't see enough of Cyborg or he can't act or whatever, like let's see what he does in this film when he's actually given like a comfortable and safe set to work on. No, I'm serious. Like that affects your mentality so much.
Oh yeah, I mean from just half the things that we heard about what happened on the set of Justice League with Joss Whedon, and I don't think I'd be able to put my best foot forward.
It's just like you as an actor, you want to, you know, because you're digging down and you're exploring all your feelings, right? But if you feel like it's a weird environment or the director, you know, is like, you don't feel comfortable working, like it's hard to put all of it. Can you, because you're a professional? Yes, you're a SAG-AFTRA, you're a professional for a reason, right? But does it still, in the back of your mind, like sometimes it creates doubt. It's like, it gives you that, like, did I do my best? Did I give it my best? And whatnot. So I'm excited for him. And with that, you guys, I think, is that it?
I think we've talked about all of the things that we wanted to talk about, and we have hit the 1 hour mark.
All right, you guys. Well, that's it for us. Then it is time to say our goodbyes, but don't worry. We will be back on Saturday to talk all things spoilers for Moon Knight episode 4 titled The Tomb. So we will hold all of our spoiler thoughts until then. And don't forget, make sure you tune in because we do have 2 very special guests. That is Jay and Adam from Preview. They're going to be joining us for the hour to talk Moon Knight and a couple other we're just going to be geeking out about things back and forth. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a good time. So make sure you guys follow, like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. Roy, thank you so much. Roy says, thanks, guys. Got my liquid IV flavors. Woo-hoo! Passion fruit, pina colada, and how's the cotton candy one? That's like a brand new exclusive flavor that they just came out. I just saw the email for it. I really want to get it. Let me know if it's good, Roy, because if the cotton candy is good, I'm going to have to get it. We're already running low anyway, so we might as well get some more. Oh yeah, and if you guys feel like you want to get some liquid IV, here is the code for you. You just buy it directly. The code works directly for the liquid IV website, not if you buy it off of like Target and any other websites. The code is also in our description.
And you'll get 25% off and free shipping.
Free shipping.
I almost wanted to have
when they told me, they're like, oh, your code gives your the people who buy free shipping. I was like, wait, what? That's because that's where they get you with the shipping. It's kind of like, oh, $20, not bad. Shipping $7.99, and you're like, oh, that kind of sucks.
I'm not getting this.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys, we can't wait for Saturday. We hope to see you then, and until then, be well, stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, drink water, and we will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.